Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday with Sonya. Hi, how are you guys? Oh, up straight. Hear that Rocky theme song? Because we're going to talk about some stuff today that is going to be a great 1-2 punch for your health. I'm very excited. All right, I'm going to turn this around. There we go. Okay, you can stop that. Let's see if I got my camera positioned right here. Oh, kind of, sort of. Let me just work on it. Give me just a second. So sorry. All right, what do you see? You see some food, right? This is going to be a fun, very fun scope. Hey, Chillicothe. Hi, Sherry. Hi. So this camera's a little farther away, so it's harder for me to see your comments, but I will do my best. Welcome. Now that I have that same syrup, yeah, this same one, really? That is cool. We got this up in Canada. We'll talk about it in just a minute. I'm really excited for this scope because when I was sick years ago with Lyme disease, one of the things that was a challenge for me was figuring out what was going on and how to help my body function optimally, right? So before we get started here, I just want to say if you want to send this scope to your friends, you can swipe. I'm not sure which way it is on which phone. I know on the iPhone you can swipe and share it with your followers. So if you want them to be on or at least know that it's going to be on so they can watch it later, you can swipe. And hearts, I'm already seeing hearts. Last time we had 15,000 hearts. I am so excited about that. And of course socks. Everybody wants to know what's Sonya's socks today. I don't think you can see them, but they are black and white polka dotted. So there's the polka dotted back on my socks today. So we're in Sonya's basement again, but this time we have this full array of stuff that we're going to talk about. So when I was doing health research, I learned something from the Hippocrates Institute, and that was, they said that there were 3 foods that if you could add these into your diet, they would be the most powerful foods to add in to any health routine, right? And these 3 foods I have sitting here with me. One of them is, anybody guess what this is? If I can figure out how to open up this container. One of them is sprouts, right? I usually do alfalfa sprouts, but these are little clover sprouts, I think, something. Good. Sprouts, okay, was one of them, because it's a living food, so it gives you all of those vital enzymes and nutrients. So remember, there's 3 of these, so you can write these down. Sprouts is one. I'm sure this is going to thrill everybody dearly, right? Seaweed is another. Don't you all love seaweed? So if you don't love seaweed, that's okay. We have some other options here, but these are just little nori wraps. And actually, my kids will sometimes take just a little piece of this. Can you see that? A little piece of nori wrap. And just eat it, right? Because, again, this is not cooked. So it is still a living food, technically. And the other 3rd most important food, they said, was blue-green algae. Now, this happens to be spirulina. Let's see if you can see it in the slide. It's this beautiful green color. Oh, my goodness. It just looks lovely. Doesn't that look lovely? These are green living foods that you can add into your diet. And many of these I added on as I was getting well. So that's just a bonus tip for you today. Now there's a couple other health tips that we want to give you today. And the one that I usually share in workshops and everywhere I go throughout the country is number 1, water, right? I want you to write this down: water, 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 and more water. And the reason for this is most of us are dehydrated. Most of us are drinking things other than water that actually have dehydrating things like caffeine and other bad things in them, right? So water. And one of the things that I do very first thing in the morning is I have a huge glass of water sitting by my bed, and I drink that water before I even roll off of the bed and start my day. And that reminds me, right, because it's always sitting right there, to get that first big glass of water in. Because like you, I'm probably running fast during the day, and I don't always remember to drink water during the day. So that makes sure that I start my morning out right. The other thing that's really great to do first thing in the morning that is a vibrant health tip that'll just make you feel like you're walking on sunshine is this beautiful thing right here, which of course is a lemon. So lemons are very alkalinizing, and some people go, well, I can't eat lemons, or the other thing that we're going to talk about in a minute, because maybe you've got an over acid stomach or something like that. But actually, lemons turn alkaline in the body, and they stop the stomach from producing acid for the time that it's sitting in there. So lemons are great, and I'm going to show you my fast trick to juicing a lemon. So I'm just going to cut this lemon in half. So in the morning, if you want to have a great start to your morning, take a little bit of lemon, right, and just stick the fork. Just take a fork, stick it in your lemon, and just twist it back and forth like this. And you will see, I don't know if you can see it from where you are, you will see that that juice is just dropping right in there. And you don't even have to do a whole half of a lemon if you want. And I just squeeze it and twist the fork a little bit, and sure enough, that's beautiful, beautiful amount of lemon. So this is really, really alkalinizing for the body. It really gives you some vital enzymes first thing in the morning, because enzymes are what keep our bodies functioning. So you take a little bit of your lemon juice, right, and a little bit of water. Now, sometimes I do a fast called the Master Cleanse, which I don't recommend for everybody, but it is lemon juice, water, and maple syrup, and a little bit of cayenne pepper, which I don't have down here, but it's also a great thing to add to your health. Now, this is a brand new bottle of maple syrup, and this is not just any maple syrup. This is a really, really dark maple syrup that we got in Canada. So you could add a little bit of this if you want. If you are struggling with blood sugar, I would not add much, right, of maple syrup, because it does have a higher glycemic index. So it does raise your blood sugar a little bit. But this is a great little refreshing drink. You can stir it up if you want. You can stick some cayenne pepper in there if you want. But almost all of the people that teach about health, including Gary Young, believe that giving our body the things that it needs to stay alkaline is really important. So lemon water first thing in the morning is one of the things that I've heard him teach about as well. That's very yummy. Now, if you were interested in doing something like a cleanse, like the Master Cleanse, there's two books that I recommend. The first one is the Master Cleanse by Stanley Burrough. So have any of you guys ever done the Master Cleanse? Can you comment in there? Or how long? What is the longest you've ever done the Master Cleanse, if you've done it before? So the longest that I have done the Master Cleanse was 19 days. You have? Good. You tried? Good. I did it for 19 days. Most of the time I do it for maybe 5 to 10 days, right? So he says that doing the Master Cleanse for 3 days is like getting an oil change for your car. And doing a Master Cleanse for 7 days is like getting a tune-up for your body, right? 5.5 days, way to go. And then anything over 3 days, 5 days, you need to do it soon. It's good, but you have to be mentally ready to do the Master Cleanse. 12 weeks? No way. You did it for 12 weeks? Wow, that's awesome. I think Gary Young did the Master Cleanse for 300 and some days, but that's very unusual for somebody to do it that long. Wow, that is great. I can't see your name from here. Who is that did that for 12 weeks? That's phenomenal. You need to be recognized for that. That is something that probably less than 0.0005 people in the whole world would actually try and do that. You have to really be prepared, yeah? And again, mentally prepared. So this book is by Stanley Burrough, and it's just called The Master Cleanse. So I do recommend reading this book before you would ever try something like that. And then there's another guy, his name is Tom Woloshyns, and he's from Canada. And if you're a Young Living member, he is also a Young Living member, so he does oils. And he wrote a book called Beyond the Master Cleanse, and I really like people to read that too, because he tells you the pitfalls of what's going to happen if you do that cleanse and you don't do certain things. So I like for people to read that because they are prepared. Anyways, not for everybody, but after 10 days, he says it's like getting a complete overhaul of your engine, right? Just rebuilding the whole engine. So I have found that when I do it, I feel light and bright and energetic more so than I ever have. After you get past that 3rd day, right, which is hard to do. Okay, so if you don't do lemon juice first thing in the morning, here's something else you can do. And that would be, now I have a big jug of this, but they do make smaller ones, okay? This is apple cider vinegar. And so apple cider vinegar has a very similar function in the body as well as lemon juice. It's got some live active enzymes in here. It has an alkalinizing effect on parts of the body. And there was an old doctor years ago, and I can't remember his name, but I'll find the book for you sometime. And almost everything that he recommended was apple cider vinegar and iodine for almost every health anything on the planet, which was kind of fun. But a lot of people like to take a teaspoon or a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, not straight, but in some water in the morning, maybe with a little bit of honey or their favorite sweetener. And I did this one time when I was not feeling, I was feeling fine, like I'm feeling healthy, but I used to have these little cricks in my neck, right? Have you ever had those where you go forward and it goes crick, 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 and you go backwards? So I read a book on apple cider vinegar, and it said it might help with those cricks. And so I did this every day for I think maybe 2 weeks. Not the master cleanse. It was a cleanse from your naturopath. Okay, so you're off medication. That's awesome though. That's 12 weeks is a long time to be on any cleanse. So I took apple cider vinegar for 2 weeks in the morning and at night, just a tablespoon with some honey and sherry. Oh, good. And would you know it? By the end of that 2 weeks, all those cricks in my neck were gone. I don't know. Could just be a coincidence, but it was a very happy coincidence. So if you don't want to do lemon juice, it's apple cider vinegar. And apple cider vinegar has so many functions for you. This can be so helpful for all around your house. I am telling you, I just wrote down a few today. I was playing around on the internet, watched a couple of Dr. Oz videos, right? And what was the ones that they had? Oh, here it is. It's on this piece of paper. Some people like to use it half and half in a little hairspray because they get the hair crusties on the head, right? So they like to use it not as a hairspray, like as in keeping your hair in place, but as like a scalp conditioner kind of a thing. Some people pour it over their scalp when they're in the shower. Some people just take it when they're feeling run down. I had this one lady, I thought this was such a cool idea. She said that she takes unscented baby wipes, and you could do this with just your own paper towels too. And she makes like a foot wipe for her boys because they have stinky feet, right? And so apparently the apple cider vinegar changes the pH of the skin on the feet. And so can maybe possibly help with stinky feet. I thought that was kind of cool. Some people use it on their face with like half and half glycerin. There's so many things that you can do with apple cider vinegar. So hydration, and then finding ways to give the body something that is going to help it keep its pH balance. Because we do so many things that create an acidic condition. Eating meat, exercising even creates an acidic condition, right? Because we're building up lactic acid. So doing just those few things, drinking water and getting something like lemons or apple cider vinegar into your body first thing in the morning, you will notice a difference. I'm going to say you probably will notice a difference. No, you will notice a difference as you go through your days and you do this just make this part of your routine, right? This is a great routine in the morning. So somebody was asking me, I'm going to take this maple syrup down now. Somebody was asking me at one of our classes that we just did, so what do you do on the road? Like, how do you eat when you're on the road? Now, I fudge when I'm on the road some, right? Because we all kind of have to be gracious, right? If somebody's taking you out to dinner or whatever, right? We do that. But there are things that I do to prepare to be on the road. So if I can't take my sprouts and my spirulina and my other stuff, I take Young Living's multi-greens. And this has spirulina and chlorella and a bunch of your greens in it. So this also is a great replacement if you don't want to be taking all of this other stuff that I just showed you down here with you on the road. So I take my multigreens with me. And then I make some stuff ahead of time, right? Some stuff is pre-prepared. So I'll show you that. I wish I could let you taste this stuff because this is really good. This is called, it's Artisana is the brand, and it's a raw coconut cacao bliss. And this is just coconut and raw cacao. That's it. Nothing else. Just coconut and raw cacao. Well, I can't say that. There's a little bit of coconut sugar in here. But did you know coconut sugar has a really low glycemic? And look at this. You'd love it? Good. So this is just lovely. And I wish I could, it'll melt so you could like put it on your stove and get it warm and then put it over toast or something. But it's like looking up, like a chocolate bar. This tastes just like a chocolate bar. Yeah, so it's very, very good. I think you can get this on Amazon and some other places. You can also get it in a travel packet. Isn't this cool? So you can just rip it open. You don't have to have a jar and a spoon. You can just take it with you on the go. I am not getting a commission for this, by the way. I just love it, and it's one of those things when I'm on the road, if I want something sweet, it handles that sweet. So this is the regular kind. And again, you can get this little regular kind in a little pack as well to take on the road with you. So the regular kind is just the coconut, right? It doesn't have any chocolate in it, but it is still very yummy and very sweet. So that's for those of you who might have a sweet tooth, because keeping your blood sugar at an optimal level is really important. And one of the reasons why it's so important is because sugar causes inflammation. So if you've been to any of my classes, you know that I repeat the phrase over and over: sugar, inflammation, sugar, inflammation, sugar, inflammation, sugar, inflammation. What is the regular called? Let's see. This is called just coconut butter. Again, the brand is Artisana. It's raw, 100% organic. Coconut butter with whole coconut flesh. Very low sugar, 1.9 grams of sugar is all for 2 tablespoons. 1.9 grams of sugar for 2 tablespoons. Let's see what this one is. This one is 6 grams of sugar, but it doesn't say the serving size. So I can't tell you how that compares. But still, only 6 grams of sugar. This is awesome. Love it. Okay, so this is lovely. Now, for those of you who are more savory kind, and maybe that you like spicy, this is one of my favorite things. This is called kimchi, and this is Sonja's, S-U-N-J-A apostrophe S, Sonja's kimchi, but you can get other brands of kimchi that you like. And this is actually cabbage, and what else is in here? This is awesome. Cabbage, carrots, you're right, Annie. Red peppers, leeks, green onions, garlic, ginger, and sea salt. And so we like these just to eat kimchi. And sometimes we will use this. I know chips aren't the greatest for you, but sometimes we'll just use this and have our organic corn chips and dip it in this. But when you're on the road and you want something savory, if you're driving, probably not if you're flying, this is a great thing to take with you. Now, I didn't let everybody try it last time we were at a class, but these are wonderful. These are flax snacks. They're Go Raw, and I love anything Go Raw. Go Raw brand just rocks. They do a phenomenal job of putting in all ingredients that are going to be healthy for you, keeping the sugars low, and this particular one is a pizza flax snack. Can you believe it? Pizza in a healthy, right? So you take it out and it looks like this. It's like a little cookie. Can you see that? There we go. Against the black, maybe you can see it up close. It's a little cookie. Can you see all the flax in it? This is great. And it tastes very yummy. And all of this, these are all sprouted seeds, which is important when you're eating seeds and nuts. Sprouted flax seeds, sprouted sunflower seeds, sprouted sesame seeds, organic tomato powder, organic spices, etc. All good for you. So this is another great on-the-go snack that you can just grab, throw in your car, throw in your bag. And I just have to say, best poopies ever when you are eating this kind of stuff, because you get that extra fiber in there with the flax too. They make a lot of other ones. The flax are my favorite, but they make like a carrot cookie, and they make a super cookie. So they make a lemon cookie and some other stuff. They also make a granola. And again, I love Go Raw brands. So if you're in the health food store and you're looking for what can I take that's a pre-prepared snack, if you go with a Go Raw, anything, you cannot go wrong. You just can't. This one is a granola, and it's sprouted organic buckwheat groats, and buckwheat, I believe, are gluten-free. Organic dates, organic sprouted flax, organic flax seeds, and raisins. So this is great. And you know what I do? I don't have the size jar I use, but I take like a Snapple jar, and I take a funnel, and I pour this into a Snapple jar so that when I'm driving, right, I'm on the road, I can just take off the lid and take some out. Because you know what happens when you try to take something out of the bag and you've got the bag sitting between your legs, and then you're dripping flax seeds or sprouts or whatever you're eating all over the place. So this way, you've got a handy little way to just take some in your mouth and be able to snack on it. So this is just great plain, like not even with milk or oat milk or whatever it is that you use for milk. This is just great even plain as a snack. All right, that is my pre-prepared foods today. Oh, and then I have sitting here, for those of you that really want to get off of coffee, this is a great coffee substitute. Believe it or not, it tastes really good. My kids like this, and I let them have it because it's good. It's called Ticino. And you can brew this just like a cup of coffee, and you can get ones in little tea bags that just work like a tea. So they have like a chocolate Ticino in that brand as well. So this has no coffee in it. It's organic carob, barley, chicory, dates, orange peel, almonds, organic figs, and citrus. So that's all. That's all that's in here. So if you are looking for, that glare, right, is a little bit. So if you're looking for a coffee alternative, because we know that coffee is very acidic, it makes our bodies acidic, it also upsets our digestive system. So this is one that will be helpful for you. Oh, and then I brought a book. If you haven't got this book yet, this is a book on apple cider vinegar. I think it's called Miracle Health System. So there is a whole book on all the things that apple cider vinegar does. You will like this. You will like this a lot. All right, one more thing today. We're going to give you a fun recipe. I was going to show you this water bottle. So this is what I drink out of when I'm on the road. And this particular water bottle, I don't know if you can see it. I'll hold it up. They're close to you. This has all kinds of things on it, like love, motivation, abundance, health, life, magnify your purpose, grace, faith, etc. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? Valor, courage, joy. And if you know anything about Dr. Emoto, he said that when you read words on the outside of a bottle, they actually imprint the water. That's a whole nother scope. We can talk about that. But that's why we actually designed these water bottles, so you can get these by probably Facebooking us would be the best way. If you'd like to get some of these water bottles, we do not have our Shopify site up yet, but you can order these from us if you like. All right, now this. You're going to like this. Last thing for today. This took me all day, right? Because I'm trying to figure out, what do I do in the scope? You have no idea, like trying to figure out, what am I going to scope about today on my Sundays with Sonya? So I'm like, you know what? We've done enough business stuff. We're going to do a little bit of health stuff. Where to get the bottle, please. Okay, so if you send me a message on Facebook, I am SonyaMSwan on Facebook, then we can get that for you, okay? Or, hey, Annie, would you grab me the other phone and maybe we can get the business phone number on here. I don't have it memorized by heart, okay? We'll get that for you too. All right, so this is something that I found as I was doing some fasting and I was doing some cleansing. Okay, just go get it for me. And I loved this. There was a raw chef on YouTube, and I wish I could remember his name to give him credit. But this is called a spinach guacamole, okay? And these are the ingredients that are in it. Avocado, of course, because this is guacamole. Thank you. Would you find here? I'm going to find you that business phone number. Sorry, I'm so ADD today. All right, hold on. I have a business phone, but can you believe I don't have the number memorized? Usually my assistant, Julie, answers it. Okay, so you can call area code 515-494-4083. And that will get you to Julie or myself, and we can help you out with that. All right, so this spinach guacamole has an avocado, yes, this lovely thing right here. And we have also half of cucumber, a tomato, usually medium-sized tomato, a couple of stalks of celery, usually 2. Usually we put in 2 stalks of celery. You're going to want to juice a half of a lemon. And then however much garlic you like. If you're not a garlic person, you don't have to add garlic in. We love garlic, and garlic has so many health benefits, so we do add garlic in. Usually either a big clove of garlic or 2 smaller ones. And then a little pinch of sea salt, whatever that is for you. Hey! So you can kind of taste it as you're going through. And what we do, that's not all yet. So what we do is we take our Vitamix, and you might be able to do this in a food processor as well. And we just put in all these ingredients, minus the little label, right? We just put all these ingredients into our Vitamix. We juice the lemon, right, and put it aside. We stick our garlic. I usually break the celery, stick it in there. And then, last but not least, is the spinach. And this turns it a brilliant green. And so I usually use a whole one of these little small packs of spinach. And I just just stuff it all down, fill up the entire rest of the jar with the spinach, right? So then you put your lid on and you just hit go, right? And sometimes you have to tamp it down with a tamper, etc. But all of this fits in your Vitamix, and then what happens when you're done, you have this. So people say, well, what are you doing when you're traveling? Well, this is one of the things that I love to do because it's easy, it's fast. I can put it in a little glass jar. I'm getting all my fruits and vegetables. I can just eat it like this. That is so good. So, so very good. If you leave it out for a little while, it will get a little brown crust on it, even with the lemon juice. Just want to keep eating. Oh, avocado. Forgot the avocado in there. Just pretend that I peeled this and put it in the thing here. So you can just put this in a little glass container and put a lid on it. Okay, I can get you that recipe sharing. That's no problem at all. We'll type it underneath as we post this video. And then you could also do this for guests. You can put it in a nice glass bowl like this and maybe line it with some cucumber rings all the way around, that kind of thing, so you get some extra fresh food. And you will love this. This is delightful. I'm so glad I found this recipe. I wish you were here enjoying it with me. I think I've already eaten probably a bowl this size today. Now next time, sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full, right? Yeah, you don't want to put it in plastic. You want to put it in glass. This is a Pampered Chef container, but I think you can get some other containers. You could probably also put a drop of lemon oil in it. I would imagine. I should have tried that this time. I did not. You'll probably put a drop of Young Living's lemon oil. Do not use any other. Only Young Living. And that would probably make it really bright as well. I will try that when we get off camera, and I will let you know. So coming up, not this next week because I may be in Las Vegas this next Sunday. So we'll do a different kind of scope. But we're also going to talk about kale chips. And I have the most amazing, amazing recipe for kale chips. It is outstanding. I found it about 8 years ago, and maybe not quite so long ago. Maybe more like 4 or 6 years ago. Anyway, I found this amazing recipe for kale chips. We're going to share that and how to do kale chips. We're actually dehydrating some upstairs right now as we speak so that they'll be ready for the next time we do that scope. And this has been Sundays with Sonya. It is my hope and my highest choice that this scope has been valuable for you. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday.